Good evening. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for our alma mater. You may now be seated. Thank you.
Good evening, parents, family, friends, Superintendent Lawrence, Board Chair Dr. Bradley, Area 4 School Board Representative Ms. Sandra Shealy, along with all other board members and distinguished guests. On behalf of the Ridge Spring-Monetta High School faculty and staff, welcome to the Ridge Spring-Monetta High School 2022 commencement ceremony. At this time, we would like to honor all of our honor graduates. Graduates, when you hear your name, if you would, please stand. Parents and guests, we ask that you hold your applause until the last name has been called. Summa cum laude, Vi Shania Jatisha Bussey. Mackenzie Faith Kynard. Kayla Nicole Paget. Montana Rose Hartley. Caitlin Danielle Clerk. Vincent Jose Romero. Cum laude, Nehemiah Jamnaria Blacks. Amani Bell Gilliam. Brianna Catherine Gilliam. Jersey Marie Howie. Caitlin Nicole Lewis. Elizabeth Nicole Proctor. Jasmine Nicole Rico. Jaden Samar Jeffrey. Brett Robert Smith. Janaya Demetrius Watkins. Madison Grace Wooten. Joel Stephen Yoho. Please give our honor graduates a hand. I would like to now introduce to the stage Superintendent Lawrence with the superintendent address.
Congratulations, class of 2022. You know, I was at Spring-Monetta Elementary this morning, and I listened to first graders read poems that they had written throughout the year. And I thought about being here with you this evening, and probably 12 years ago, your first grade class was reading poems or reading stories or showing artwork on the last day of school and having your parents come in to enjoy that special day with you. And now here you are 12 years later. So great congratulations to you. In a popular streaming series, The Chosen, two of the characters are discussing their past, and one says that he has lost so much time. The other tells him that time has not been lost, it's only been rearranged. Almost 2 full years of your high school experience were disrupted. Commentators have described it as lost time and lost learning. I don't agree with that. The time and the learning were just rearranged. Your resilience and perseverance helped you to make the most and even thrive in that rearrangement. During your unusual journey through high school, you have accomplished much. Now the world is open to you. Sometimes your way is going to be easy, but often it's going to be difficult. But I believe that a strong predictor of future success is previous accomplishment. All of you have accomplished something special. When things do get hard, think about this day. Think about the years of study and work that brought you to today. Remind yourself that you have what it takes to succeed. You have proven it over and over again already, and you're going to prove it again and again in the years to come. Class of 2022, again, congratulations. Now I'd like to introduce to you Board Member Cameron Nessel.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here with you tonight. I would be remiss if I didn't start by saying that Ms. Sandra Shealy, who represents y'all's area, would really like to be here and sends her regrets. It's an honor for me, though, to be here tonight to bring greetings and congratulations from the Aiken County School Board. I guess one of the things I'd like to show you guys some appreciation for what got you here. You know, don't stand up, but if you guys could give a round of applause for the parents, teachers, and administrators that provide you all that support to get you to where you are today. I remember I was sitting where you were sitting 32 years ago, and I don't remember what anybody said. And I even gave a speech that day. I don't remember what I said 32 years ago. And the main show tonight is you, right? And celebrating you and your success. But I did want to leave you with a few words that maybe you could hold on to from this old guy. And just words of advice as you go out into the world. And the first one is pretty simple, but I would sum it up as show up. Half the battle is showing up, being present, getting involved, and getting things done. I think the world's out there for you to take. But I highly encourage you to get involved. The second thing is, as you go out into the workplace or college or other places, embrace failure. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, because you're going to continue to learn as you go out in the world, and mistakes are some of the best learning experiences you'll ever have. So be confident in who you are and embrace those mistakes and learn from them and move on. Once again, I'm glad I could be here with you tonight. This is a great achievement on your part. Congratulations. And I will say the world needs you, so go get them.
Well, class of 2022, the day that you all have been waiting for has finally arrived. Congratulations, you guys have made it. Regardless of how you made it or how real your struggle, the only thing that matters today and in this moment is that you saw it through and made it to the finish line. You have completed high school. That is an accomplishment that you should not take lightly and one that you should be proud of. 4 years ago, when you began this high school journey, and fast forward to today, the journey is coming to an end. However, the next journey is right around the corner. Celebrate today and this weekend, but understand that this is just the beginning, and you have a lot of work to do and a lot of work ahead of you. So I asked the question, what have you learned the past 4 years that will help you along your next journey? As I began to think and reflect about the message I wanted to deliver to this class, I struggled deciding exactly what I wanted to share with you. And as I struggled looking for the right words, I couldn't help but wonder why was I having such a hard time deciding on what to say. Then while talking to several of you at graduation practice yesterday, it dawned on me the reason I was struggling with what I wanted to say to you and your classmates was because deep down inside, I knew that when I wrote this speech, that it meant that the time had come where I would no longer get to greet you guys in the halls, have the conversations we had during lunch, and hear you guys complain about your teachers not grading your assignments correctly. The thing I remember most, or the thing I will remember most about this class is the number of outspoken vocal leaders seated in front of me today. Just as recently as coming in the back at graduation, though, I was getting questions and interrogated by some of you. You all were not afraid to voice your opinion on several matters and challenge things that you did not agree with, even when I was the source of the disagreement. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for all of you. That being said, I want to challenge this class to keep that same energy and continue to be vocal and continue to challenge ideas and beliefs you don't agree with. Continue to demand accountability, continue to grow, but most importantly, continue being you. There are 3 things I want to share with this class as you prepare for your next journey in life. The first is believe in yourself. And when I walked in the classroom a few years ago, a teacher had a poem on a wall titled The Bottom Line. As I read the poem, it resonated with me because it spoke to the mentality I want you all to adopt, and I would like for all of our students to adopt. So if you don't mind, I'll read the poem very quickly. It started off by saying, face it, nobody owes you a living. What you achieve or fail to achieve in your lifetime is directly related to what you do or what you fail to do. No one chooses his or her parents or childhood, but you can choose your own direction. Everyone has problems and obstacles to overcome, but that too is relative to each individual. Nothing is carved in stone. You can change anything in your life if you want it badly enough. Excuses are for losers. Those who take responsibility for their actions are real winners in life. Winners meet life challenges head on, knowing that no guarantees, and give it all they got. It's never too late or too early to begin. Time plays no favorites and will pass whether you act or not. Take control of your life. Dare to dream and take risks. If you aren't willing to work for your goals, don't expect others to. The bottom line is, believe in yourself. The point of this poem is don't let anyone or anything keep you from being the best version of you. Believe in yourself, never give up, and if you never fail, How much are you really trying? Always bet on yourself and lean on your faith. It's what's got you this far. The second thing I would like to share with you is remember to pay it forward. For those of you not familiar with what I mean when I say pay it forward is a phrase that means someone does something for you, but instead of paying that person back directly, you pass it on to another person instead. See, none of you are able to sit in front of me today without the help and the support of your parents and other family members, teachers, friends, and so many others. As you embark on this next journey in your life, you have a responsibility to help pick someone up along the way, and I have the best job in the world because at the end of the day, I get to work with young people such as yourself and help them prepare for life after high school. See, I'm not the principal that I am, and I do not have the opportunity to touch the lives that I've touched and impact if it were not for family members, educators, and coaches that made a commitment to making sure that my potential came to fruition. I became an educator because I made a commitment to pay it forward as long as the good Lord allows me to. You do not have to be an educator or a coach to pay it forward. You can pay it forward from whatever career path that you choose to take. Paying it forward is not about your job or how much money you make. It's about just looking out for one another. Not only can you pay it forward, but I believe that you have a responsibility to pay it forward. The third and final thing I want to share with you is actually a challenge. And no, it's not a TikTok challenge, but I hope that you accept it with the same fervor that you would a TikTok challenge. Class of 2022, I challenge you to become and stay socially conscious. How many times have you thought about or made the comment, I can't wait till I grow up, or I can't wait till I'm grown? Well, be careful what you ask for, because I have news for you. I've been grown for a while now, and it's not all cracked up. It's not all that it's cracked up to be. I can make an argument that it's not enough to be grown, but be a responsible adult. Being a responsible adult includes being socially conscious. You've met all the requirements to be a high school graduate. Now it's time for you to meet the requirements to be socially conscious. If you have not, I encourage you to register to vote, take an interest in the things going on in the world, starting with your zip code and your community. Today it breaks my heart to listen to the news. And although I've never relied on the news to pick me up or lift my spirits, recently the news has been alarmingly depressing, more than I can remember in past years. Earlier, I talked about this class being more vocal and opinionated than previous classes. That means I expect more from you. To whom much is given, much is required. Regardless of our political or religious beliefs, we must be willing to have tough conversations, even if it makes us uncomfortable. It's time for you guys, it's time for our young people to have a seat at the table. However, class of 2022, you have to be ready and willing to take your seat at the table. You are the future, and the future is what you make of it. I'm counting on each and every one of you, but I know you can handle it. I get excited looking at all of the talent seated in front of me, and I think about what the future holds, and I am reminded that trouble don't last always. As I close, you all have accomplished so much to get to this point. You should be proud of yourself. Never forget to thank the people who've helped you get to this point. This may be your most important accomplishment in your young life this far, but I'm confident that this is the first of many to come. I know some of you were expecting to hear individual stories about our time together over the past 3 years, but considering the state of affairs in our country and in this world, this has been weighing heavy on me, and as you prepare to enter what us adults call the real world, I thought it was more important that I share a message that I hope helps you begin your next journey in life. I pray that you find some value in at least one of, if not all, the 3 things that I shared with you today. Just remember, believe in yourself, remember to always pay it forward, and I challenge you to be socially conscious. Although it did not come out in today's remarks, I have stories about this class for days. I am proud to have served as your principal the past 3 years. I would like to thank you, class of 2022. Always remember to be proud of where you are from Never forget about the Ridge. RSM will always be more than letters. Ridge Spring-Monetta High School will always be more than just a school. We are and we will forever be family. Once a Trojan, always a Trojan. The Ridge is always home. We would look forward and we welcome you back in the future. We miss you and we love you guys. Congratulations.
Good evening, class of 2022. First and foremost, I would like to start off by thanking all the family, friends, and supporters who have made this day possible. I would like to say a special thanks to teachers, staff, administrators, and my 3 5-hour energy shots for making this speech possible. Class of 2022, a class of many personalities, a class of different career goals, a class that is COVID-enabled, but subsequently, a class that soared and reached the finish line. You are everything that you say you are. How many of you have said to yourself, I cannot do this, or I will not make it? You can change your world by changing your words. Remember, death and life are in the power of the tongue. Words are containers of power that create action. Have you heard the saying, if you say it enough, it'll happen or you'll believe it? Every single day you wake up, you have a choice. If you wake up and you say with your mouth you're going to have a productive day, your actions should follow. That means not snoozing your alarm clock 3 times like you would to avoid going to first period biology. That means not taking the long ways to school to avoid first period Spanish, but it means getting up, turning off that alarm clock, and starting off your day. You are everything that you say you are. I'm a failure. I quit. I'll never get my grades back up. I'll never be at the top of my class. Nobody is there for me. All are things that we say on a daily. We are speaking negatively on our success every single day. If we keep declaring and confessing these things on our lives, we should not be surprised when we turn into our words. Don't get me wrong, you will definitely feel this way, and you will think this way from time to time. But when you do, speak positivity in your life sentence. Tell yourself, I am not a failure. I will not quit. I will get my grades up. I will be great, and I will succeed. You are everything that you say you are. The sentences and statements that roll off your tongue are your story. You're not who your teachers say you are. You're not who your parents say you are. You're not who your friends say you are. You're not what society makes you out to be. Do not let others dictate your life. When you finally start going hard for yourself and your goals, you will lose everyone around you before you realize you didn't need them. My biggest fear wasn't about falling off or slacking up. My biggest fear was that when I got to the top, it wasn't going to be as comfortable as it was in the midst of everyone else. But embrace uncomfortable. Those people I thought I needed support from, the pats on the back I thought I deserved, lost its value once I found mine. Success can be a very lonely road. The number one thing that hinders somebody from being successful is fear. Fear of spreading your own wings and soaring because you have been incarcerated in doubt. It is important to acquire the actions and mindset of an eagle. An eagle desires to soar over the land, searching for new endeavors. Release that chicken mindset. Chickens have wings, but they don't put them into use. They merely just flap. They are anchored to the ground and compelled to the ground and aren't interested in exploring new adventures, decreasing their maximum potential. So what I leave with you today is speak life. Speak who you want to be. It's okay to be lonely on that road to success. Place your words on your stairs of life, elevate and conquer. And above all, don't just use your wings to flap, use them to soar. You are everything that you say you are. This isn't a goodbye, it's just a see you later. Class of 2022, we finally made it.
Good evening to all faculty members, family, friends, and most importantly, my fellow classmates. The time has finally come for us to walk across the stage and say that we have finally closed another great chapter in our lives. We did it, you all. Through the amazing, hectic, and eye-opening years of high school, we now have the chance to feel relieved. I was given the chance to give a 3 to 5 minute speech to try and touch the hearts of you all, and I promise you that it took some time to decide on what I wanted to share. I did not want my speech to be boring or something that you all would forget in the next 5 minutes. I wanted it to be something that we could all relate to and take with us as we start this new journey in our lives. I started my speech and I thought I had the perfect thing to talk about, but something changed and I was redirected. This evening, I want to share a message on the topic of fighting. When we think about fighting, most of us think about violence or physical abuse, but I'm not talking about that kind of fighting. I am talking about mental fights and the fights with the world and the people in it when you feel like everyone is against you. These are the fights that determine your defeats and wins in life. Mental fights are fights that happen between you and only you. Your fights with the world also include you and only you. Not you against anybody else, because you are the only one that can decide when your fight is over. These are fights that could cause you to over-contemplate, stress, worry, and sometimes feel clueless. But with these things, you still have to decide for yourself whether or not you're going to settle at rock bottom or if you're going to get up and fight until you say that you have won, until you say that you are number one in your battle. I am quite sure that we all have our own stories of what we have been through and overcome. We have been through so many things that we never thought we would go through, and many things that we think we can't handle. I can only speak from what I've been through, but I think that we can connect and relate in some type of way because we all have battles. But in the end, we all want the same things in life: happiness and success. Coming from my own perspective, my 4 years of high school have been some of the craziest years of my life. I lost friends, made friends, lost myself, found myself, and overall have been trying to balance this whole thing called life out. But my senior year just hit different. I'm 100% sure that almost, if not everyone in here, knows what I went through this year, and I can finally say that I'm not ashamed of what I went through. I was hit with probably the worst thing I could think of that could happen to someone their senior year of high school. I felt like I got everything ripped away from me. I felt like what we call hopeless. I was to the point of letting the world and everything in it defeat me. I can honestly say that I am still battling with the world and will forever battle because, like someone once told me, God only gives his toughest battles to the ones who he knows will overcome them, and the devil only comes to kill, steal, and destroy from the ones who he knows has something good going for themselves. So I took that and said that I have a purpose on this earth instead of leaving and letting the world defeat me, because if I didn't, then I wouldn't be given obstacles to cross. Everyone's battles are different, and my story may not be like what you endured, but I believe that my story can show you that no matter how tough your battle is, you can overcome it and still come out on top if you keep pushing and never settle for rock bottom. It's okay to stay there and release for a little, but always get back up and keep pushing forward. Your goal is to not defeat yourself, because the world will bring many battles your way. Your job is to defeat the world and everything against you. I want to say something that you already know. The world as we have seen is not all sunshine and rainbows. It is a very mean and nasty place. And no matter how tough you are, it will beat you and keep you to the ground permanently if you let it. Nothing or nobody is going to hit harder than life. What is going to determine your greatness in life is how much you can take, how much you push yourself to keep fighting. You must set your own worth, and if you know how much you're worth, then go out and get it. But you have to be willing to take the hits of life. Let those hits build you up. Don't let them keep you down or make you bitter. Let them make you better. Let them make you great. Don't go out pointing fingers because you want what you want to be in life. If you do, then point fingers at yourself, because you are the only barrier from overcoming an obstacle. Only cowards do that, and that is not what we are. We are better than that. We are winners. We determine our victories, not numbers, ranks, accolades, accomplishments, other people, or anything in this world. Only us. Lastly, I just want to say, even though in a world where you determine your battles and success, there are people that will still help you when you feel like you're alone. I definitely had a few. I want to first thank my mom and family for always sticking beside me and supporting me through my whole journey. I want to thank my best friend for always being there for me when I needed her and when I felt like no one else was there. Thank you to the Johnson family for keeping me on track and taking me in those from the first year you met me. Lastly, thank you to every teacher and faculty for helping me better myself. This includes Ms. Beatenbow, Ms. McDowell, Ms. Rogers, and Ms. Smith. Once again, thank you. I wish the class of 2022 the best of luck for the years to come, and I hope everyone has the best high school memories to take along the way. Congratulations.
Good evening. This is an exciting time for our seniors, their friends, and their families. This is a special moment for everyone. We ask that you would please hold your applause until after all of our graduates have had the chance to be recognized. We want for everyone to have the opportunity to hear their child's name called. After the final graduate has been recognized, we expect to hear your enthusiasm. Xavion Shamar Abner. Javante Marcel Alston. Deja Nyanza Anderson. Chloe Marissa Angelos. Christopher Arzola Talese. Robert Allen Berno. Victor Manuel Baserto. Alan Vershad Bell. Nehemiah Ganara Blacks. Kayla Nakweja Brown. Zanaya Tanikiali Brown. Vi Shania Jatisha Bussy. Keziah Giovanna Cannon. Kevin Castro Benitez. Jamal Daniels. Deontay Jaquan Edwards. Malaysia Denasia Fuller. Diego Rafael Garcia. Jordan Philip Gibson. Amani Bell Gilliam. Brianna Catherine Gillian. Matthew Tyler Goff. Amia Leanne Green. Montana Rose Hartley. Jersey Marie Howie. Jaden Samar Jeffrey. Remedy Damon Jennings Leapart. Malia Saray Jones. Mackenzie Faith Kynard. Benquarius Jamal Kirk. Caitlin Danielle Kirk. Caitlin Nicole Lewis. Angel Corrine Lozada Leon. Lydia Alexis Lynch. Alexis Denise Martin. Maya Callan Martin. Ahmad Montez Mills. Kyla Nicole Paget. Elizabeth Nicole Proctor. Maria Fernanda Renteral Reyes. Kimberly Maria Rice. Jasmine Nicole Rico. Vincent Jose Ramiro. Madison Edith Sin. Brett Robert Smith. Tejana Lativa Nicole Smith. Wilson Edwin Smith. Anna Lee Thompson. Brandon Eccles Van Eck. Tejana Demetris Watkins. Joseph Lee Watson. Dantrell O'Neill Weaver. Briar Cole White. Madison Grace Wooten. Joel Stephen Yoho Jr.
Superintendent Lawrence, these students have met all of the requirements of a South Carolina high school graduate. Superintendent Lawrence, these students have met all of the requirements of a South Carolina high school graduate. It is my pleasure to present to you the Spring-Monetta High School 2022 graduating class. Graduates, please stand. It is time to turn your tassel. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Spring-Monetta High School class of 2022. One quick announcement, parents and family members, we're going to ask that you meet your graduates out in the front. The graduates are going to come around from the back and meet you out in the front of the Convocation Center. Thank you for attending, and again, congratulations, class of 2022.